Hey guys, welcome back to another Wednesday options update video. Now for those of you new here, this is what I do is I share the previous week's trades up until Tuesday close. So it's actually 5 days, well 4 because yesterday was Monday was a holiday. I share Wednesdays of the week prior through Tuesday close of the current week. So typically 5 days of trades. Of course, we had President's Day on Monday, so we sat around and twiddled our thumbs and tried to figure out what Russia was going to do. So the market kind of just blinked at it, honestly. I didn't expect it to be a big mover. I thought it'd be a little bit more volatile than it was. But again, it's still not over, and we're still, just eyeballing it. So we'll just have to, play it by ear as it goes. So this week, I don't have many trades. Okay. I don't know if I shared this a week or two ago. I'm trying to simplify things down a little bit, and it's kind of reflective in the amount of trades I got put on here. So let's get into it, and I'll talk about some of the things that I did with ARKK, and also my thoughts on Intel and Camping World here. Okay. So first up, February 16th, I closed out one of the 10 puts that I had. I now only have 4 of RYLD. Someone bought it back. Someone bought it for, or I bought it back, for 10 cents, profited $35 there in 12 days. ARKK, here's the big one. I saw ARKK getting down to the 69-ish level, and I said, you know what? Let me just go ahead and take the opportunity to roll it down. So I closed out 2 of the contracts, paid $474, realized loss of $373 there, and you'll see I doubled up the contracts, and we'll look at that going down below. So these expired March 18th. Keep that in the back of your mind. Camping World, I was assigned those shares. I decided to take the shares at $35, so I own $3,500 worth of Camping World, or 100 shares. So that contract expired worthless, so that goes in the books as a profit of $69.73. Lemonade covered call. I pulled that covered call out. I was kind of confused of when they were doing earnings. I saw a couple different reports, and I think I got it confused with Camping World. But I ended up pulling the call off today for 20 cents, made $25.30, so over 50% profit in 7 days on that call. Now they're going to have earnings here shortly, and I'm probably going to leave the call off until they report, because I am also long 100 shares of Lemonade, and you'll see I also sold another put as well. Camping World, I sold the covered call on Friday before I was assigned these shares. So I sold it on Friday, got $1.15. I closed it today for $1, profited $15 because Camping World was reporting earnings after market close, and I wanted to give it room just in case, because number one, they increased their dividend by 25%. So you can take that one of two ways, right? Either they increase the dividend by 25% to mask a bad earnings report, right, to kind of butter people up, or they increase the dividend by 25% because they, pretty much are doing very well financially. Luckily, they're doing very well financially. The stock didn't pop, and I think that's, I think it's because, just because of the pressures of interest rate hikes coming up and just general market uneasiness, especially in a cyclical sector like Camping World is in. So I'm going to leave the call off, and I'm going to see how Camping World reacts to the good earnings report they had tomorrow, or today, because you're going to be watching this today. and I'll decide whether I put that call back on or not. So that's it for the trades that I closed last week. Let's look at what we opened. We'll sort that down to the 15th or 16th? The 16th. So only 5 trades open, and here's the big one, ARKK. I rolled those 69s all the way down to 64.22, but I sold 4 of them for $2.92. So now I have 7 contracts at 64.22, but I rolled those 2 contracts from 69 to 64, but I kept the same expiration date. The reason why I did that, I spoke about this on the live stream on Sunday. I didn't want to exhaust all my options all at once, right? So now we're at 64.22. The stock, it's in the money, which is fine, because we talked about it a while back. I said it was going to 60, and it looks like it's going to go there. But now I have the time weapon, right, to go forward. So this is expiring in March 18th. We're at 63.39. You know, if it has a decent pop up in the next, week or so, you might be able to exit this out. But if not, I still have the time value to go forward into April and possibly get down into the 60s as a strike price, right? So I have no problem doing that and just following the stock down. Like a lot of you probably don't know, I've been having this position since like December, and it started out at like a 95 strike. So now we're down to 64.22 with 7 contracts, and we'll just play it by ear, right? So if we have another heavy down day, I might go ahead and pull the trigger on the timeline and roll out all 7 out to like April, maybe even pump it up to 10 contracts. So. But right now it's only worth about 1,100. What is it? Where's the other ARKK contract at? Right there. About 1,700 bucks in ARKK at the moment. So that's ARKK. I sold an XYLD. That's the Global X S&P 500 covered call fund. Did the 48 strike. Got 50 bucks for it. That was borderline because the dividend's pretty much 48 cents anyway. So I might get assigned that, and I don't mind at all. Camping World, that's the call I bought and sold, right? And we'll look and to see if we can put that back on. Now Intel, I have a 45 strike on. If you see right here, 45 strike, I got $1.40 for it. And I sold another 40 and got 56 bucks for it. So I put this on because I just dare you, right? Intel, I dare you. 45 I put on. Let's just look at a chart and you'll see why I put it on. Now this goes back to 2018, okay? And you'll see that blue line there is 44.69 roughly. That's 45 bucks. So if you look at it back all the way back to 18, it goes to 45, pops up. Goes to 45, pops up. Goes to 45, pops way up. Comes back to 45, pops up. Comes back to 45, pops way up. So over and over and over and over and over and over again, every time it gets to this $45 level, it pops up in the months ahead. So we're here at that $45 level, and we'll see if the chart continues to do what it has done for the past 4 years. I'm confident it will. If not, it could break down. If it broke down, we're going to go down here to this $35 level, and I'll be fine owning it. Right? It's the biggest chip maker in the world, giving you about a 3.25% dividend yield. Very cheap at a 9 PE. So I have zero issues owning Intel at 45 or below. Okay, so that's why I now have 2 puts on Intel, one at 45 and one at 40. Now Lemonade, I said I pulled that call off. I got a very high cost basis here in Lemonade, at 48.75, I want to say it is. So I'm wanting to lower my cost basis here. So I did this that I usually don't do, and I sold a put that expires this Friday. I typically don't do that. I typically don't play earnings. But did we even look? Let's look at Lemonade. I don't even know if I even looked at a chart, to be honest with you. I mean, the chart's ugly, like very ugly. Yeah, I mean, there's no support anywhere. So, $20. I sold a put, got $60 for it, and it expires in 3 days. So, I'm happy to take these shares because it'll reduce my cost basis down to, the either low to mid 30s. So I don't have a problem doing that. So those are all the buys and sells. Let's take a look real quick at premium cooking. So, closed positions 5, open 5. Really, that's a net of 4 because that Camping World was opened and closed at the same time. So it's really 4 and 4. Well, no, it's 5 and 5. Duh. Profit realized down $192.63. That's because I closed out that ARKK, rolled it over. Premium sold 1,346. Most of that is that ARKK. Total premium cooking $5,191.40. Maintenance margin ballooned a little bit because we're getting heavy in that ARKK, so it's up to 28,000. Buying power usage only 24%, and that's fine. Cash balance went down to 83,060. That's because we bought 100 shares of Camping World for $3,500. No deposits, no withdrawals. Net lick dropped 113,500. Big part of that is the ARKK drop and the Lemonade. Those two are my biggest detractors of the portfolio. So return on maintenance margin minus 0.78. That's the profit and loss for the week divided by the maintenance margin used the previous week, and then return on net lick minus 0.16. That's the profit realized versus the previous week's net lick. So pretty boring week, honestly. So let's take a look at how we're doing against the markets. I kind of like this. I kind of like looking at this now. I never really paid attention to it, and now I kind of like it. Probably because it's in my favor. So we started the year 123,100. That's our net liquidation value starting, and now final value 113,500, and that's a 7.79% decrease for the year or year to date. Now, if we compare that to all the major indexes, you'll see we're doing fairly well comparatively. S&P's down 10.25% year to date. Russell 2000 is down 12.87% year to date. NASDAQ down huge, 15.48% year to date. It's sitting on a nice level right now. The Qs are sitting at 340. Yeah, hopefully it holds that. That's a key level right there. Dow Jones, been held up the best, down 8.17%. So I'm like a Dow average here. So that's all I got for you guys today. Hope you guys have a great week. See how this choppy market plays out. Hopefully you guys get into some good things, and hopefully nothing horrible happens in the world. So you guys have a great week. We'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye-bye. I am not a financial advisor. The information contained in this video is for entertainment and informational purposes only. It is not intended to be investment advice. Please seek a licensed professional for any investment, tax, or legal advice. Thank you.